This is Wing Commander! This is Wing Commander. Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. This video is sponsored by Underspace, which is this game. This is an indie space RPG, a sandbox space RPG, and I have to say this has been a blast to play. The game is in early access in Steam right now. You can find a link down below in the description if you want to check it out. And what is this game all about? This is kind of like a spiritual successor to Freelancer. If you remember that 20-year-old game, which in turn was created by the creators of Wing Commander. I didn't play Freelancer myself, but I did play Wing Commander a lot, and man, it's just flying with the ships, shooting in space. It's all just so much like Wing Commander. This is arcade style, so this is not Newtonian physics. Some of the space simulators are a bit more realistic, trying to get Newtonian physics where you can do all sorts of fancy things because things just keep going where they're headed. And this is more arcade style, so a little bit easier to get the hang of, but not less fun at all. It's a sandbox game, so you can be who you want to be, you can go where you want to go, you can be a pirate, you can be a smuggler, you can mine, you can fight against various, all sorts of pretty dangerous space enemies that there are around the galaxy, including chasing and conquering mysterious space storms with all sorts of space serpents and other things, and keep the galaxy safe. Somewhere over there. Oh.
Nice and clean. The veiled makes use of
Far from nice and clean, but
We're not done yet, though. The snake's dead, and that means the rift's vulnerable. Let's get there and open fire.
the game features more than 70 star systems, all of them crafted by hands. Oh. Oh. So I have been moving around here. And this is what the galaxy looks like. I see. There are more than 60 different spaceships that you can own and fly around with. There are more than 150 different pieces of equipment that you can mount on your ship, so you can really, really build just the kind of ship that you want to take, adventuring, mining, whatever it is that you want to do. So the game is in early access, and what does that mean in case of this game? It means that there are frequent patches, more stuff is being added, bugs are being fixed, but the single player experience is already there. There's all those star systems are there, all the quests are there, all the enemies are there. You can completely, perfectly fine play this game already for hundreds of hours even. So what is not there is some of the polish. There are work in process voice lines in the game, there are some missing interior textures in the game, that sort of thing. Also, multiplayer is still work in progress. Multiplayer is not yet included, but it is coming sometime during the early access as well. The game has been in development for many years. It originated as a Kickstarter project. It's a very small team. At the start of the Kickstarter project, the team had 3 people in it. One person, Trainwiz, who is responsible for almost all of the idea and pretty much everything in the game, and a composer and an artist. So yeah, this one has human-made music and human-made graphics as well. If you're thinking about the current trends, then hey, that's also something for an indie game. And already in its current state, you can expect to be able to play this game for hundreds of hours. If you decide to pick up this game, here are my top 6 tips about stuff that I messed up when I first played the game, and you can do better already on the first run. And tip number 1. This is primarily a space shooter, so I'm very comfortable navigating this in space, but I'm not so comfortable navigating the interiors of space stations. But for the most part, you don't have to. You can overhear some conversations if you just walk around in space stations, but you can also use the menu up here. So if you use the menu and the hotkeys, then you can actually just, hey, I want a new mission, So I just warp to a bar, and then I just open the mission tab. So it's really easy to do everything that you want to do within a space station by using the navigation menu instead of just walking around a space station. And tip number 2, ley lines are the fast travel network that you have available, and do note that they go one way each side. So as you can see here, there's red markings. That one is the entry towards this space station where I'm here right now. And these green arrows point that this direction is going that way. So when I first started, I actually didn't realize that there were those red and green markings, and I was a little bit confused. Okay, like in what direction am I going to? How do I actually go through this? But once you realize that, hey, this is how they work, always 2 paths, one to each direction, and go into the appropriate one, and you will get to where you want to be in no time. And tip number 3, you cannot shoot your weapons when you have your high-speed engines on, so brake a little bit if you happen to be on your high-speed engines, get to slower speed engines, and you can shoot again. Nothing happens when I try to find my weapons. Oh, I had put on the high-speed motors, the engines, the high-speed engines, and I can't shoot a weapon while my high-speed engines are engaged. I was going really fast, but I was unable to shoot. Tip number 4, after you have destroyed something in space combat, remember to loot it with the B key. Sometimes you can get something really valuable out of it. There was loot. Tip number 5, if you take on a smuggling mission, remember to pick up the cargo. Yeah, I have not picked up my cargo every time. And also try to avoid the police patrols that will scan your ship for illegitimate goods.
Routine cargo scan, please stand by.
Oh, cargo scan.
All clear? You're clean? Lane line magnet.
And tip number 6, remember to be careful when docking. Remember to ask for the docking permission with F, and then proceed to the dock target that you're assigned to. The game had automatic docking as default at the start, and the first hotfix disabled that because the automated docking sometimes end up crashing you into things. But the manual docking is actually really easy in this one because you don't have to worry about your speed. I would like to dock, please. Whoa. And with these tips, I hope you enjoy the game as much as I have. Is this really the career I wanted for myself? A pawn smuggler? I think that was not my dream job initially. But then I saw that it gives me good money. Cargo trader. Cargo trader is here. Okay. Are you telling me that I flew here and I didn't pick up the cargo that I needed? Oh. Well, that's a bummer, isn't it? Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.